Breaking thread is a problem for both sewing beginners and professionals. Everyone wants to have a smooth workflow, and taking a break to fix a thread is not intriguing. Thread breaks stop your production and takes your time away from other tasks to get your sewing machine running again. Therefore, it is vital to keep thread breaks to a minimum. Here are the most common reasons why your thread might break and how to keep it from happening. Improper threading. Even people who have been sewing for years sometimes thread their sewing machines incorrectly. This is the first thing you should check if your sewing machine is not working properly or your upper thread keeps breaking. Unthread your sewing machine and rethread it from the beginning. Make sure your thread take-up lever is in its highest position, attach your spool of thread, and then pull your thread through your tension discs and thread guides according to the instructions in your user manual. Then, pull your thread through the eye of your needle and leave a 4-inch tail of thread. Bobbin threading. Look out for any thread that may be wound around the spool in the bobbin case. When your sewing machine thread keeps breaking, check for fluff and lint deposits that may interfere with the machine's smooth operation. Double-check the bobbin and its casing, as often a bit of thread may be caught there, and if it has snapped off will affect your tension. A bobbin needs to be wound evenly and tightly. Try replacing the bobbin even if it looks okay. It is always best if the top spool and the bobbin are both the same thread type and thickness. Needle issues. Problems with the needle can cause thread breaks. First of all, remember to change out the needle when it gets old or if it gets bent. Burs in the eye of the needle can also shred and eventually break the thread. Furthermore, when replacing the needle, make sure it is properly positioned. You want the eye of the needle facing forward, and the scarf of the needle should be facing towards the machine, meaning that the smooth side will be facing the back. It is always recommended to get quality, organ needles. This provides a higher quality embroidery job and minimizes thread breakage and other issues. Quality of the thread. A very low quality thread can be prone to breaking, so invest in a higher quality thread. If you're using poor quality thread, which might be the reason why it keeps breaking while you sew, be careful when choosing thread for your sewing projects. Avoid buying thread in bulk packages because it tends to be poor quality. This thread is fine for hand sewing and small projects, but it might not be strong enough to handle machine sewing. Tension settings. When the tension is set too high, the thread is stretched greatly from the spool to the needle, causing great tension in the thread, and thus the upper thread breaks during sewing. You can reduce the thread tension to see if it improves. Burs. Machine your machine for burrs, or any nicks or scratches on any of the metal parts of the machine. These little imperfections can snag the thread, causing the thread to break. These burrs are commonly found right around the needle plate, often caused by breaking needles. The thread winds around the spool holder pin. With a thread winding around the spool holder pin instead of its reel, the thread is put under great strain when sewing and eventually breaks. You will need to clean up any thread left in the holder pin, so that the thread can come out from the reel smoothly. Your take-up lever spring is broken. Another reason why your thread can break while you sew is a broken or bent take-up spring. If your thread breaks immediately when you begin to sew, or you don't see your take-up lever going up and down, your spring is broken. Take it to a sewing machine repair technician to have the spring replaced. You are sewing too fast. Your sewing machine needs time to pierce your fabric and create the locking stitch. If you sew too fast, or at an irregular speed, you can create uneven tension and cause your thread to break. Slow down, especially if you are sewing through thick fabric or several layers. It is always a good idea to periodically clean your machine and oil all the moving parts.